Please choose a screen and subtitle language. English. Have you played the Stanley Parable before? Slightly. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. It's already barely visible. Please enter the current time. It's currently... Gotta go to PM. 3:13. No, accessibility settings can be assessed from the main menu. Okay.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Tell me about Stanley.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
That's sad.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
Sounds very typical.
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee
Milliseconds.
427
No.
did every day of every month.
I would fail this
every
job.
year.
I would always have the wrong
Although
timing.
others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
There's no way you could be happy just doing that, being in that miserable-looking
And then one day,
office.
something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi.
What day of the week is it?
Never in all his years
Is it
at
a
the
weekday?
company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
The time is wrong. Welcome to the Stanley Parable. You've probably seen other people play this. This is a game that's over a decade old, I believe. And they also came out the Ultra Deluxe 2-3 months ago. And I played it originally, then I found out that I recorded it with the wrong frame rate. So I wanted to start again. So I'm playing all this for the second time. And I have ways I want to do this. First,
All of his co-workers
I'm going
were
to do
gone.
exactly what the
What
narrator
did it mean?
says.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Where's the meeting room? Which direction? Just keep following the open doors.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. Through the left door we go. And it's the meeting room.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Now, all these things say something pretty outrageous. Like each board, the slideshow, everything. I spent a lot of time last time reading it. I don't want to spend so much time reading them this time. So let's just see what comes out that we just read. Termination Tuesdays. That sounds like a whole... We're broke Wednesday. Facts. Financial panic meeting is right after that. Followed by a boss inspection. What is 8bird? This box is too small up on Monday. Thursday just says mergers. Idea plus development. Pre-review the weekly review. How do you pre-review? I guess that's kind of the point. Pranking floor 5 meeting. What to do about 432. Don't tell 432 about this meeting. And then office party. That's a nice way to end off a week. Do not alter without consulting whiteboard board manager and rip Franz. So, the group cabal. Okay, let's move on. And it sounds very bare, so I think when there's no music, I'm going to play lo-fi in the background. Let's trigger it. Tis triggered. Let's move on. Yeah, I'll read all these on different go-rounds. As for now, we're going to follow the instructions. And I'm going to avoid the broom closet. This was a gag with that. I remember that.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Upstairs we go. Keep going up. Executive bathroom. I don't think I'm allowed in there. I think I'm just a regular employee. This is the boss's office.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
But you said it.
Yet
So of course I know it.
By simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
All right. And I guess we take the elevator down. Anybody else would be weirded out by this in real life.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
All right.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yeah, sure. Like I said, I'll do everything he says this time. Do they have to close the door behind me like that? It's kind of creepy. It's a bunch of number combinations. I guess we push the button.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Does he? Although all he's doing is walking and pushing buttons. A step up from his normal job, where all he does is push buttons. Ah. The camera button.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
There's our room.
Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Employee pirate. Well, we can move on to the next place. What else stands out to us? Employee fired. That's 601. Another one fired. 104 was fired. Wait, what about 432? There's supposed to be a meeting about employee number 432. Oh, they fine. Okay. Let's move on. What happened to that screen? No, it's fine. It's just something weird with a number.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I mean,
no,
people do brainwashing all the time.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it?
Ooh, red light.
Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
That's how most people are, I feel. Or...
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Oh, there's a button up here. What is this button up here? Oh, I can't get past. It's so dark in here. Console disabled. Door with a red light. It's red, you know you shouldn't do it. To shut it all down, we gotta go to the power facility. Ooh, 5. Mind control. Mind control's idle, awaiting input. System power.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Off button it is. Go aloud. Now what? Hello? Why is it so dark?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Was it?
Yes. He had won.
I did?
He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze.
Why is there a
upon his
parking lot
skin,
just connected to
the
the
feeling
giant
of
door?
liberation,
Nothing
the
else.
immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Thus concludes our mind control simulation. Next. And now we do nothing, according to what he says.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Right, the meeting room.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
To the right it is.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Perhaps I did.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring.
Cold
It
drinks.
had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Well, I like to drink, but I don't have any money.
Yes, really,
What about some
really
coffee?
worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
I'm glad that you noticed how worth it is.
At this point,
Fuel.
Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Yeah, they all left because of one person. Number 1 dad. I think that says I heart money. I don't even know what that one says. Big
Stanley
value,
sat
maybe?
around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Fine, I'll leave.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Nope.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I'm just trying to get out of the mental simulation of mind control. All right, across we go.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
There's an exit right there. It's open. No.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
Who her?
She's been waiting.
Who's she?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
I'll pick up a part of the phone.
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited. Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
Yep.
No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that?
It was just right there.
You actually chose incorrectly. I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another.
I'm not married.
Comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices?
Because I'm in control now.
Wait a second. Did I just see...
What'd you see?
No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
I can't pick up the phone.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation?
No, sure,
well,
I'd be
I
fine.
wouldn't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world.
Wait, no, I don't want to do that.
Observe this helpful instructional video.
Please, not a work video. No.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice.
Hypothetical
He
real?
could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people.
Dude, that was a
Or
cricket.
he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person
Half
to
the people
finish
on Twitter.
their thought, then provide an
Bots!
excuse why you
Oh my
cannot
gosh.
continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
What? You mean cocaine? It also says
Excellent.
3032.
Making choices on a regular basis is the best
dude.
part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8?
I think it's
Less?
supposed to be 8 hugs.
And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices
I'm
are
seriously
actually
lacking. I'm running on
meaningful
0.
and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ah, welcome back. You may
But-
have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry.
Danger
Now
everywhere.
that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
I want to plug the phone back in. Hello? Okay, I'll go through the door. What? Why'd you put these up? What?
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all.
Or you just
We
want to have a
need
different main
get you
character.
home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Yeah, maybe, because how do you get to the box on the top shelf? Can I open this door? No, I don't have the key card. Are there other places that are falling apart narratively? Because of the bad decisions I'm making? Wait, did something else open? No, some closed. Alright. Back through the break room.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first.
Nah.
I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Is the door behind me open? Nope. Like I said, we're still not doing what he asks.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
I don't know. The file cabinet. I think we're between numbers. All right. Now to the right. Is there no other option? So if I keep going to the right, nothing's going to happen this time. What about if I... Really? That's lame. All right, fine. We'll go to the left. He's not saying anything.
It's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that you... My story. You've destroyed my work.
But it says over there it's
Why?
okay.
For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about
It's
seeing the
okay.
game
Look,
undone,
it's
left here
okay.
Like so much garbage. It's
Be
worthless
calm and
now.
productive.
And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to
Someone's
continue, would it be
slick.
worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What
Don't
do
crash
I-
the game.
No, I have to.
No.
I have to shut the game down.
No.
I have to.
Let me go through the other door.
Have to.
I gotta keep moving. Oh.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you,
Yeah, should I go to the door on the left?
who thought you were so
can't.
clever. Now look where we are.
Why can't I?
My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny?
Yeah.
You just had to see?
Yeah.
Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley?
No,
He
not
actually
really.
knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
He's a sheep.
That thought hadn't even occurred
I'm
to
a
you,
wolf.
had it?
I'm a wolf.
There's a world outside of you. You're a child.
A grown child.
My story.
Oh, boo-hoo.
If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious.
Already
It
seen
would
it.
have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make... behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
When I change up my strategies when we go back to the office room. That's not what we're doing here.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the
right.
story first.
right.
I'm quite sure you'll
To
be
the
up
right.
to the task.
Stop
Just
talking.
Follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always
Dude's a
putting
broken
the story
record.
first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task.
Dude's
Just
a
follow my
broken
lead and you'll be
record.
fine. All right. When Stanley came to a
Open
set
it, open
of
it,
2
open it, open it, open it,
doors,
open it,
he
open it, open it,
entered
open
the
it,
door
open it,
on his
open it,
left.
open it, open it. Yes, to the right.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back.
The intervals are getting shorter.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That
He's
means
still
choosing
a broken
responsibly
record.
and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task.
Nope.
Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right.
Nope.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
To the right.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back.
Still getting shorter.
Behave exactly as Stanley would.
Oh my
That means
gosh.
choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Speed it up.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back.
He entered the door on his left.
Apparently going to the right doesn't do anything, so let's just go to the left, Hardy. Oompa, loompa, oompa dee doo. I've got another puzzle for you.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Let's look at the board.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Tomorrow, complete today's unfinished agenda items. Right next day agenda, reflect. The future was yesterday. Tomorrow is now. Target, push for funding for R&D of new coffee machine. Standardized graphs, 40 times wide. Not cost efficient. Ongoing, get Chris out of the broom closet. This is in the broom closet? Hire someone to synergize papers. Papers are too synergized. Fire paper guy. Hire somebody to fire the paper guy synergizing guy. Who moved my desk? Please keep the targets on. Please keep the targets on the topic of erase. Only on the broom closet. Okay, fine. Someone's locked up in there.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Please let me in. I don't want to go to my boss's office. Why would I want to talk to my boss? I don't know. Let's talk to my boss. My computer won't turn on. It's disappointing.
Stepping
This is an
inside his
office.
manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, Unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this
Business
until he
strategy.
saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115.
I don't
Was
have
this the
my
code to
mic
open the
linked up.
door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
My mic isn't linked up to my computer. So this would never work. Like ever.
Stanley spoke the code. Nightshark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
I can try, but nothing's going to happen. Night Shark
I'm
115.
sorry, is there a problem?
Yes.
You didn't mishear me, did you?
No.
Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
I don't have a microphone plugged into this computer.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it? But
No,
you
I
know
can't.
what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say
I did
something
go to the
me.
right. You kept
Explain
resetting it.
yourself, you coward. You... When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Watch what Stanley does now, fool.
Hello? Are you... Is everything okay?
Nope.
Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice.
The
I need you
end.
to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right?
Nope.
Stanley, this is important.
Too bad.
The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose.
Sorry. Nope. Can't.
Do something.
Sorry.
Anything. This is more important than you can ever know.
Oh, really?
I need this. The
Why?
story needs it.
Why?
So, you hear me?
Kind of.
Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do.
You'll be
Take as
waiting a
much
long time.
as you need.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Narrator. All right. I will now do every other thing that he asks of me. So the first thing, yes. Second thing, no. Third thing, yes. Fourth thing, no.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Perhaps I did. Not yet. Not yet.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
To the left we go. Next option that he gives us, we're not doing it.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Wait. Teenagers, size of demographics, space between the teenagers? Throw some ideas in the idea bin. Number 1, no more bin. Trash cans. 2, renaming of the idea bin. 3, firing of me. And we need a hopeless reviews. 402 and 405 want to get rid of the death sport portion in the primary review schedule. What is this, Platoon? But I think that's a stupid idea. More water coolers. More water cooler heaters. Charts need to be more hip to appeal to the teenage demographic. Find teenagers to put in the teenage demographic. Big net? Some sort of child trap? What? Okay, no. We're not being included in that anymore. It's the broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
You sure there's nothing here? Wasn't there somebody locked in the broom closet?
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No
Isn't it
reason
great?
to still be here.
Are you sure about that?
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
He doesn't want to say the words. I'm not going to say them either.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why?
No, I'm
Please
squatting.
offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Working my glutes.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
Your point?
I would have thought to mention it. Maybe
Listen
to
up, it
you, this
really
is somehow
starts
its own
working here.
branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
I don't have friends. So this works.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid.
Whoa!
He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
What about the wife that's waiting at home? Oh, is that why we have problems?
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You
What?
got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system.
Wait, are
and
you killing me off?
collapsed on the keyboard. Well,
Oh,
in
no,
a
I'm already
situation
dead.
like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
No, just bring me to the hippo
Hello?
that
Anyone
brings me to
who
the
happens
afterlife.
to be nearby, the person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Nope. I don't work on my squats.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Speaking of monkeys, I just saw a TikTok of a guy giving his monkey a haircut. Gave his monkey a fade, and that monkey was loving every second of it. I think he's done with us. As long as we stand here. I guess we'll move on.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
This is where we're supposed to listen to him. Door's locked. And now we don't. Yes! The bathroom! To be rich, is it a crime? To commit crimes, isn't it rich? What a life it would be to have to pick just one. Bathroom Extremes. It's Time magazine is literally just Time. Guess there's nothing to do in the bathroom. Can we go to the right? Because it's time to not do what he says. Excuse me, close this door. Thank you. Wait, was a picture about that? Oh. Is all that's here is the elevator? Wait, which way am I going? Up or down? I guess we can go up. Wait, is the narrator singing along? He is! This is a long elevator ride. Especially for one that doesn't have buttons of what floor to go to. We didn't go anywhere. Fine, we'll go to the office room.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation.
I can't do any of those
His attention
things.
was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
I just want the path to open. If I go between here, am I going to get crushed?
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
What if I didn't, though? I'm still supposed to be on the turn that I don't listen to you. I guess they gotta step into the passageway. Down the elevator we go. We don't even have to wait for it to park itself.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Nope.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
A word.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Yeah, that's boring.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Got to at some point. Oh, is this hell? Down we go! No hesitation. Ow. Are our legs okay?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life.
Oh, we're next.
Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell. Come to me, sweet prince.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Or not.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Good question.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Can I hit enter? Let's see. Office layout. This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path of Stanley's office to the two doors was just the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development, though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. So here's the office. We went through here. There's nothing to do in this section, so we just turned the corner. Went through here, nothing to do here either. Went through here, turned the corner one more time, and then the split corridor. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. The corridor has been moved. I wanted to see some. The corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the two doors in a good time. See, seeing these like little window opening spaces make me think they're doorways that you can actually go through, but no, that hasn't been the case. They're literally just windows. And then here's the two doors. The two doors. The set of the two open doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once the room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it. An exploration of the contradiction of this room posed. Wait. Oh, okay. I think I get the understanding what they're saying. Filing cabinets. Impressive. Office computers. Why is solitaire cut off? Employee database. Install Chart Pro. That should have been done already. Wait. I want to... Okay. The office. It stores 1, 2, and 3. They must belong to the big bosses. That spill isn't on the carpet. It's floating. I can't turn off my computer, can I? Nope. No on and off switch. The 5 buttons. Button sounds. A section of the sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. And the credits. Which way should we go? To the right. Boss's office. Screens from the development of the boss's office. I've seen the middle one. I haven't seen the two other ones. This one looks creepy, though. Office clock. Lounge. Underground, an early version of the underground portion of the game.
You had even the most fundamental understanding of good and bad game design. But of course, you being you'll probably spend the next hour trying to solve it. Here, I'm just going to make this easy on you. Stanley stood on the snow.
Kevin Brighting, the voice of the narrator, recorded dialogue for the entire game roughly 3 separate times over the 2 years of
Try
development.
the other one then.
These are the clips from early takes that were not used in the final game.
Stanley pushed the orange lever.
Let's look for an orange lever.
Great.
Let's keep looking around. This is a museum of the game. Office clock. Freedom ending. This was the very first incarnation of the freedom ending in the game's alpha. Countdown desk. One of the desks from the early versions of the countdown ending. Freedom ending. This is the freedom ending as it existed in beta. Exit. Monitor room elevator. For a time, the elevator in the monitor room could go up or down, with freedom above and countdown below. We abandoned this when the players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down, and placed the two endings together instead. The countdown room. An early version of the countdown room. Orange lever. The game is now paused. Begin the game again. Escape menu. For a long time, we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized this was what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. Yeah, I can see that. Zending. This screenshot depicts an early version of the ending known as Zending, which was eventually cut out and merged with another part of the game. Zending model. Zending went through many iterations. This room represented the 4th version of the ending, and we thought it was complete, but decided to abandon and change it again shortly before launch. It just has 2 buttons in it. Zending levers. Oh, this is what he was talking about. These levers were originally part of the Zending. The player would pull a lever and the narrator would describe what color they had pulled. Please let me pull the orange lever. Fine, I won't do it then. Trailers. We ran 4 major teaser trailers over the course of the game's development, each meant to convey something about the spirit of the game. This is the first one, released in May 2012. It features a series of broken rooms and the voice of the narrator informing viewers that he is repairing a new version of the Stanley Parable. Okay. What about his way? The different options. The maintenance layout. The flow of the hallways following the first 2 doors was important to get right, since players will replay them so many times. We discussed a number of designs, but ultimately, it was the simplest version that won out. First choice, obey, staircase, disobey, lounge, maintenance, staircase. The other entrance would be hidden depending on how you entered. 2 confusion ending. Vent. Maintenance to confusion ending. Interesting. Meeting room. Nothing's being projected from the projector. The apartment timer. In a previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, a timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. Like, different from when I unplugged the phone? The cargo lift. Cargo lift was always intended to offer the choice of staying on or jumping to a different path. However, after this early version, we decided we wanted the option of the player falling to their death. They're really telling all right now. The cargo lift, the second version, is functionally the same as what's in the final game, but we wanted it to look more like a place where cargo was actually stored. The office. Money! That's in Stanley's office, too. Ultra Deluxe announcements. In December 2018, we announced that Ultra Deluxe version of the Stanley Parable at the Game Awards. These are screenshots of the game videos we made for the announcement and game's delay. Okay. Cool. The office. Maintenance room. An early version of the maintenance room. Interesting. Actually, not really, but... Tron? Tron in a Warzone. Alien base. Awesome. Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on the battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would be sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. Okay. Ooh, the projector. From Sergi... Narrator emails. After the second trailer we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these for further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here are a section of those emails. The lounge. An early version of the lounge. It's quite the beautiful room. Stanley's office. From left to right, the evolution of Stanley's office over time. The first was created on November 11th, the second on March 2012, the third on February 2013. I know I said 11th, 2011. Okay. This looks more like what we're used to. I think that's because what it is. Game design mock-up. This is the level that William, the level designer, sent Davey, the writer, as a kind of audition piece. The strength of this level got William hired to design the full game. Though much of the environment has changed, the basic layout from this mock-up is still in the game. I think all that's left now is to exit.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
No.
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Exactly. You get it.
But listen to me. You can still save those two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you.
I'll follow what she says. We don't want Stanley to die. All right, now we're going to do it opposite. The first thing that he tells us to do, we're not going to do.
Workers were gone.
The second one,
What
we
could
will
it
do.
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So we're not going to go to the meeting room. And we're not going to do new content yet. That'll be for later.
When Stanley came to a set of
To the right.
open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and
I know.
Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
All right, we'll do what he says this time.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
And now we're on the don't listen. We'll listen next time. He told us to go
Stanley
straight.
didn't want to go back to the office.
Of course
He
not.
wanted to wander about and get even further off track.
Exactly.
So now in order to get back, he needed to go, From here, it's, left.
Okay.
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake.
Bruh.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right?
Then which way is it?
What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh, dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Okay. Sort through your notes.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep. Okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Technically still left. We're not going to get hit by the truck, are we? No, it doesn't look good. I guess we go this way now.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now.
You right.
Story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense,
Yeah, door's
we'll
closed.
just restart the game from the beginning.
Already?
This time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
I'm killing myself this time. That was a new content door we just passed.
When Stanley...
Whoa.
Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be...
Wait,
Oh, did
no.
something change?
But
Stanley,
I wanted to go to the
did you
warehouse and
change
jump.
anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
No.
Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on.
I just stood there.
Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
Exactly,
It was
Dumbo.
right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere.
So where do I-
then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Can I get to this one? Wait. Find the story. Wait. Yes. Let's find the story. Inner guilt. Everyone knows what you did. You're just holding back to let you torture yourself. Oh, that's kind of trash of
I'll
them.
say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
No.
I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
No, do. I'm still exploring. All right, this time.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
This time I'm gonna jump. Wait, there's no doors at all.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is
Put me on
back
straitjacket.
where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay, open the door. Thank you. What did we miss? Narrator dude. Why can't I not open the door? Hey, was this always on? No, it's not. Can I turn this on? No. I wonder what happens if you turn off all the computers if something would happen. Probably not, but it'd be nice, right?
Aha! I knew we'd missed something.
Where are we?
The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
We can only retrace so much.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the
looks like
story?
it could be in a horror game.
I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So,
It
good
did.
job.
Thanks, I guess.
No. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some
Hey.
people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
Sure was.
Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Yeah, I'm with it.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Do, 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 do.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
I've paid attention to nothing but the line.
Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern.
Fern. This fern?
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story.
Oh.
Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Okay. I'm gonna move on now.
Wait, what? We're back at the office?
Uh-huh.
No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right?
I can see
the
him.
story? Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through...
Yep, it literally isn't my fault.
No,
I
can't
followed the
take this
line.
anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Wait. Should we not follow the line this time?
You know what, Stanley?
Whoa.
I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're
You got a point.
intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story?
True.
Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
437? How's your office a hallway?
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be?
We're just going in a
Wild.
circle.
Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it. Oh, no, not you again. Stanley,
Line broken.
I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Okay, I'll avert my eyes from it. It left us. Okay.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control.
But do
How
I get to go
important
where I
we
want to?
mustn't
Or
squander
you
the
gonna tell me where to
opportunity.
go?
In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just
Go for
walk
it.
in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere. which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Huh?
Oh, hold up, what's this?
The confusion ending.
The confusion ending? You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes?
Wait, where are we at now?
Determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well,
We're on the
what if I don't
fourth
want to
restart now.
forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be.
We can't do anything the next time?
I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped?
Uh-oh.
Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know.
Yep.
I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree?
A boring one, but
I'm not
yes.
sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
That wasn't blaring loud, but it was loud. This time we can't do anything, I believe.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
We're not on the confusion
When
anymore.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I think we're with the narrator now.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
Can I press the buttons? No, I can't. Alright, I guess we'll take the elevator then. Down we go. It gets really quiet when you step off this elevator. That seemed dangerous.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
This is the
Did he
mind
have
control
the
facility.
strength to find out.
I want to see how much this matches up with the first ending. And then I'll probably end things off. Come back again for another episode.
Now the monitors jump to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe it couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it.
His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible?
Yeah.
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to
It
the
sure
world?
seems that way. It sure does.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Hey, where's button number 4? I've seen every button except for 4. 5's right there. 3 was back there. 2 and 1 are over here on this side. Where's button number 4? 4 is up there. Can we get up there, though? Please let me up. I wonder. Can I go in here and I press the on button instead of the off button? I want to give it a try. Let's run this.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
I did.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go. Turn the controls off and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex.
Well, we better get
How
out
long
here.
until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley?
It is.
It's your time
Hey.
to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better.
You sure about
Goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless, to see you made humble. This is not a challenge, it's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice? Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
So I wrote it in the rhyme. The Reverend Doctor got an 8K, wet working. The roaches get the rays sprayed. My weak rhyme, my body, your best verses on game day. I touch the crowns of self-entitled kings. You leave the heat like LeBron when I melt your idols' vital things. This is Malcolm and Martin, Million Man March in Sparta, mixed with a legion of angels surrounding sons and daughters. Simon Peter with a desert eagle, waving it at Caesar. So if I was you, I probably wouldn't mention me either.